exploration in even the same mountain that we're on. Okeanos, during their capstone campaign, Deep Discoverer had a dive here, starting at about 850 meters and going off on a ridge to the right, and we are going to move around the island and kind of climb up a ridge going the other direction. So it's exciting and a great, a great opportunity for science to compare sort of two regions of a seamount. You can imagine climbing all the way up a mountain, going for a hike, and only taking a flashlight and only being able to see whatever's within a few feet of where you are walking. It's totally possible that you have not seen everything that is on a seamount. So this is a really cool chance to compare a little bit, but it also helps give us a hint as to what kind of things might be living in these depth ranges in this particular area. So we got to expand that knowledge a little bit by starting this dive at 1,800 meters. So we climbed 1,000 meters up to the point that we are right now and to where the Okeanos dive began. And they ascended to somewhere in the ballpark of 400 meters. And we're planning to do that same depth range and as we can, if we can, continue up even more shallow to about 250 meters.
Kind of lost the yellow coral and the goosefishes.
No. The roughies scared them away.
Probably, yeah.
Roughy is also known as slime heads.
Slime heads?
Slime head, actually kind of the more common name.
Or is it sleem?
Sleemy. Sleemy.
Known for the lateral line in their head. As it moves up to their head, it goes into some mucus-filled slime channels on the side of their head. So that's how they got that slim channels.
Slim.
This is a total marketing makeover that this group of fish got. I don't think many people would order slime head if they saw it on a menu at a restaurant, but orange roughy sounds adorable and delicious. So they've really rebranded a fishery for orange roughy, which are in the same family as the fish we're seeing. They're actually bright red instead of orange and significantly bigger than the ones we've seen so far.
Yeah.
It's a big crab. We're going crabbing?
Slimehead just doesn't sound like a very nice name. We need to be more body positive.
Being marketed better has led them to be heavily fished, which is, these are really long-lived species.
Is that the one with the 2 dots again?
We'll know soon.
We can zoom in on him.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Please, I think so.
Yeah, those aren't maybe as distinct as the other dots. It's kind of more modeling around the edge,
If
right?
he does have dots, they're higher up by his face.
Crab face.
Ooh, ha, ha.
Let me get the focus.
Swimming crinoid right there over top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Wondering if those dots were part of the beginning of the molting process or something.
Oh, it could be that too, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting theories. I like it.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay still for us for a bit.
Nice.
7-11 crabs in the shallow water also have dots, but they have theirs because an old Hawaiian god tried to collect one once and it bit him and he bled on the back of the shell.
Ah.
All sorts of brittle stars and
Awesome.
crinoids down here.
I've seen a surf crab with 2 dots, Australian surf crab, I think they call it. But it's a shallow water crab. So.
Yeah, Steve suggests this one probably hasn't molted recently with the
That's all I got.
coloration.
Okay.
Come wide.
Coming wide.
Thank you.
Do you know what group, Steve?
Did he know?
Chaseon?
Chasing. He's not sure.
The light penetrates down here. I don't know. Squid?
Is that all
What is
debris?
that?
What
we're
is
seeing
that?
right now?
What is
Zoom in
that?
on that.
Squid.
Squid.
My gosh,
wow.
that's a red
Cool.
squid.
Bright.
He is streamline.
Ooh.
On the previous dive here, they said a brittle star jumped up and grabbed a squid for a predation event.
Oh,
There.
wow.
Whoop. Oh,
Yeah.
the other way.
There's a
Reverse.
yellow
I
coral.
think he picked something up off the ground.
Yeah.
Yellow coral.
Yellow coral. Okay,
Can we-
come full
can we
wide.
get that one?
Full wide.
Full, super.
Full super. Okay.
Good thing that squid showed us the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
I'm gonna have to do a grab jump sample.
Oh.
Yeah, the light is likely not penetrating a lot deeper than, significant light, maybe 100 meters real dark by that point. So we will not be going up into
Can you
the...
get the crinoid too?
Yeah, it's like
Unless he
that's
flies
doing.
away. Yep, I can. Let's do this actually.
We'll be going up into bright sunlight. We're still down in the
Yeah,
darkness here.
In the
Is
darkness.
that a gastropod at the base of the other crinoid too?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Based of other crinoid. Oh yeah, neat. Haven't seen a ton yet.
Good job.
Okay, come full
There's a
wide,
little
please.
hermit
full,
crab
full
that-
wide.
Full wide. Okay.
Hermit crab just fell off.
Starboard foxtrot.
Starboard foxtrot. Anything else floaty in echo or foxtrot?
There is one coral in echo, but I have
Okay.
to see what kind of. It's a primnoid, might be a little bit floaty, but it should be fine.
Roger. I'll probably just secure the thruster for good measure.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, Steve says it's not floaty.
Not floaty.
No. Can we have a close-up before you put it in there, though?
Sounds good to me.
Thank you. Is that a plexurid, Steve?
Affirmative.
So for our viewers, Steve is down in the lounge on his laptop writing in. So we have a chat room for our scientists ashore contributing their observations and expertise.
Okay, zoom in, Wayne.
Zoom in.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and
We're gonna go
Mars.
starboard,
Gorgeous.
yeah, and halfway open.
Oh, cool. So
And
you,
Stand by on opening it.
barnacles.
yeah, barnacles, Epheroid brittle stars,
All sorts of good stuff.
crinoid.
Okay, come wide, please.
Thank you.
Coral.
It's quite the score.
Very
It's,
cool. That's awesome.
Sorry, we're going to foxtrot.
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead. Good there. Back in. We're only going to the outer one. I don't want the other floaty stuff floating away. All right.
Sweet.
It's on the edge. It might go in. We'll see.
Looks pretty good in the side view.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks
Thank
good.
you.
Okay, great.
Nice, team.
I'll
Way
keep
to
you on
go.
that for a second.
You went wide?
That animal around that
Full wide?
tube, or
I see that, yeah.
So thanks everybody watching Nautilus Live. Keep sending your questions in and we will get to them as we can around our operational
Okay,
conversation
I'm good
here.
for front porch.
Let us know what you want to know about the Corps of Exploration, our team here in the van,
Okay, Wayne, all good, thanks.
Okay.
or what
Bumping
your
in.
questions are about this deep sea environment here on Traverse Island.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if that was an animal, actually. Could you go back to the number 4 on bubble? And then on the red Velcro there, there's like a little wiggly thing. Oh, it's this right here.
It's gone.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. It's
There it is.
needlefish,
Needlefish?
is?
doesn't it? It has a face on the bottom.
Face.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
Oh, wow.
Bruce Mundy, you know that what that is?
Real close.
Wow.
Yeah. Called
Looks
the,
like a little larval one.
yeah,
almost.
little viper eels. I think we've also called them. Actually, no, that's wrong. But look at that, like the bifurcated mouth part.
Amazing.
It was like a little.
Okay, come wide, please.
All right, coming
Little
wide.
bit.
And you
Bill.
can fix camera 1 too, please.
All right.
So cool.
Thank you.
It's a floaty
Mm-hmm. Tuna foil.
floaty holothurian.
Mm-hmm. We're on a roll. Great to 12.
00.
That's because we finish at midnight. 0000. That's why. You want to zoom in on this guy, please?
Zooming in.
Hello, little Ruffy. Little slime head.
Let's see his slimy head. Where's his slimy head?
So we need him to turn hard to port, but just above the eye, and sort of around that. They kind of look like they have a little helmet, like a little armor helmet. Their heads are, not surprisingly, very rough for their name.
He's paused.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Zoom in, please.
Yeah, as soon as you kind of that like armoring. Oh, there. Yeah.
Neat.
And the lateral line sort of comes up and then it rises right up to the top of the gill.
Cool.
So see that round curve hemisphere and the line moving up there?
Alright.
That's where the slime channels
Okay.
are above the gill.
It's a pretty fish.
They're really cool, aren't they?
I like him.
I think they're awesome.
Really
Sea
interesting
star.
to explain its processes on those gills.
Check out the sea star if you can.
Yeah, we can check out the sea star. Go ahead and zoom.
Zooming in.
These are so hard to identify. You look different from anybody, but I don't know who you are.
It's not a roughy.
Nope, not a roughy. Not a brittle star.
Not a coral.
Not a
Not a
squid.
sponge.
He's waving he's lifting his hand to say hi.
Yep.
I think so, yeah. Okay, come wide.
Cool to
Wide.
see those brittle stars and a big sea star right next to each other. You can
You
really
seen it?
compare their body plan.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of rocks?
Yeah, not bad. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 corals.
5 coral.
5 rocks. I'm
5
sorry.
rocks.
Are you feeling heavy?
I'm feeling quite heavy. I thought it was current pushing me down the slope, but now that we're up on the top or on a little flat spot, I'm still feeling pretty heavy.
Sorry, 6 rocks.
I did
Oh,
see Megan.
6, that's it.
I did see Megan eat one of those turnovers this morning too, so that could be.
And we are in the
I
vehicle.
promised Max that I would eat all the pastries.
Did you warm it up on the cookie toaster?
There was no time. I warmed it up with the amount of coffee that I was pouring into my
in your-
face.
in your
Yeah.
face.
I had to have my coffee warm today.
I'm so sorry, Sina.
I know.
You had to have your coffee what?
Warm. Just didn't have time to ice
Oh,
it down.
right, yeah.
No, there were no ice cubes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm feeling heavy. Are we planning to take any more rock samples?
No, we're not.
Nope.
So I could either ditch a weight now or for recovery. So I'm kind of thinking I'll just do it now. I might do that, yeah.
Change bearing 010.
All right,
A couple of sea stars here.
Changing bearing. I should
changing. Now would be a good time then.
Hello, Dan Fernari's MesoCam. That housing right there has a still camera in. It's a time-lapse camera. So it's continuously taking pictures throughout the dive, and it's just another way for us to get nice high-resolution imagery, although we don't know what we get until we get the camera back at the end of the dive. So thanks to Dan Fernari for lending us this camera.
Get off my jaw.
Feel better,
So-
Trevor?
Feels so
floating up now.
much better.
coming up.
No, you're
Coming up.
lopsided.
Now I need bias. Go figure.
How heavy are each of those weights?
17 pounds in water. So it ends up being a bias of about 25 to 30, depending on who you ask.
Wait, what's the unit on bias?
Unitless.
Notches? Bias?
It's
It's not a
entirely
percent?
arbitrary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. In the, I forget which one's which. In the up direction,
Mhm.
let me think about this. In the up direction, 156 bias is 100% thrust. In the down direction, 186 bias is 100%.
Did
So
the Admiralty design this?
yes.
Are we still on hard substrate?
I could poke it.
It just looks like so much rubble.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another
squid.
cephalopod.
Boop.
Ooh,
Wow,
bonk.
stabular.
Ouch.
Oh, he
Oh, he
knocked
just
Did
us
he get
cussed.
something?
out.
Wow.
Oh wow, it's beautiful.
See
Really
ya.
spectacular. Bye.
I'm embarrassed.
Wow,
Sorry
that was-
about you.
I meant to do that.
Well, that
Who knows?
definitely qualifies as a predation event.
Yeah.
What?
So the
Did you want me to poke the substrate here to see if it's hard? Is that what I was hearing? Or is that just me hoping?
hoping.
I think that was you hoping.
Okay.
So those plates are ditchable. They're iron plates, and they will actually just dissolve. The line that's on them is hemp, so that's biodegradable. Iron is actually a limiting nutrient in a lot of the ocean, so could be, thought of as a supplement here to the sea. But the reason we do that is just to control the ballast. If you pick up a lot of rocks, the vehicle is working harder to lift the vehicle's weight in water plus those rocks. And it makes it easier on the pilots if you can adjust that
fish.
weight in some way by releasing plates like that.
Big drifty fish.
Steve has an update on the crab we saw a little bit ago.
He's
coming
coming
at me.
right
Oh,
at
wow.
us.
No.
I'm not even going to have to zoom.
No.
This one's big.
Wow, it's a big
Swim
boy.
through the lasers.
He did not
Big
get the memo.
lady.
I'm coming in.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got a laser shot? I'm going to kill the lasers.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. A meter? What do y'all think?
Probably,
Almost.
Yeah.
What are you?
Cascale, isn't it?
It's a
Yep.
Battlestar Galactica.
Now he's got the memo.
There we go. So cool.
Whoa.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Bye.
visiting.
I
Thanks,
got
bye.
somewhere to be. Forgot I had a meeting.
That
What's this little fluff ball?
Is that another tunicate, carnivorous tunicate there? Or?
Oops. There we go. You can zoom in, please.
zooming in.
Are we still
Oh.
climbing up
Yes, all day soon.
It's a sponge
all day? What are we looking at?
at the upper right.
Oh, it's a coral, I
Another
think.
coral?
Yeah.
I can say, yeah.
So it is hard bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, at least
We
underneath
won't
the
know
rubble
until
in
we
there.
poke it.
You want to poke it?
Do I?
He really wants to.
Can we poke it, Rob?
Go poke it.
Go poke it.
Could
No
that have
poking?
settled on the old?
Yes.
No,
on
poke.
the
Come
coral
wide.
hat?
Yes,
Poke
poking.
away.
Yes, poking.
Yes, poking.
Yes, poking. Yes, poking.
So the darker crab was a Geryon, not a Chasian. And Geryon was a character from Greek mythology, so Geryon meet Hercules. We're getting in the literature. I like it.
Ooh, it's
Oh,
sandy.
it's squishy.
Hmm.
It's all sediment. So
Is it
it's-
hard beneath?
It's hard beneath, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard enough that I can push the vehicle around a little bit, but
Alright.
Yeah, just a little bit of
So
sediment
it's
cover. Huh.
Sediment cover and coral debris.
yeah.
Was that fun, Trevor?
No, it was entirely business.
Business, business, business. We all would be fine working in an office. I like when I make Miles chuckle. I feel like it's like it's a good bar. So that was a big cusk eel. CUSK.
Look at camera 11. That's beautiful. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in camera 11.
Oh. Wire cam.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's incredible. Apparently I'm the only one to share that sentiment.
Happy for you.
Thanks,
For-
Megan.
If you're
For
happy
those
to.
of you curious at home, I'll put that up on the quad.
Yeah.
Megan's like, nah,
I'm like,
it's not that
it's
good.
not that good.
It's not
but-
good, but it's the best I've seen in that camera.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's the
It
camera
looked-
that we have that keeps an eye on the angle of the cable that attaches Argus and Hercules to Nautilus.
Why does it look so bad in my monitor?
Megan, it's doing its best.
No, it's like objectively way worse in my monitor. It's
Oh.
like all double vision
but,
and
Oh, I see.
messed up. It's doing its best.
it's a
It's not a great camera, but it's
So
It's very
defensive.
necessary.
I'm not being mean to wire cam.
Don't
Someone
take
does
it
take a
personal.
I think you're
Trevor.
doing great, wire cam.
yeah.
Way to hang out. You know, it lives a life of danger, hanging out over the back of the ship.
Yeah.
it is highly exposed. There's a starfish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And another one.
Waving high.
Interesting.
Fish. What's up?
There's a longfish out there.
Okay.
Another starfish.
So are we on a little plateau? This is interesting that I have all this sediment accumulated here.
So
Looking
it's a
at the
small
sonar.
little ledge.
Nice. The cliff continues to rise up and to the right
It's like a concrete.
of your screen.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we're making our way that way.
All the coral debris is interesting here.
Yeah. Just imagine thousands of years of corals, and as little bits break off and tumble down, you get stuck on little flat areas like this. I don't know, maybe tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. We'd need Steve up here to talk coral history. For folks wanting to know, it is 9 a.m. currently on Nautilus. We are in the same time zone as Honolulu, Hawaii right now. We have not switched over to Pongo Pongo American Samoa time, which will be 1 hour earlier. But we are just south of the equator, near Jarvis Island, if you want to pull up the general area on a map. So thanks for being with us here. It's fun to transport everyone down here to the South Pacific and to the seafloor. Folks from all over the world tuning in, which is also always awesome. So drop us a note, let us know where you're watching from, where you're, what questions you have for this team about life at sea, or how we are conducting the exploration that we are, or the types of things that we see.
Sure.
Oh.
No pressure.
Buckle your seatbelts, put your helmets on, folks.
One day only.
Intern at the helm.
Let's give it up for Jake, taking over the Herc controls.
Woohoo!
Do you remember
Yeah.
what all that does?
I think so.
I'm sure the heckling is really helpful. It's on the job training.
You're
You gotta
no
learn.
autos.
You gotta learn
You're
all of it.
all Manuel right now.
If you want to fly Hercules yourself, look into our ROV engineering internship. The internship program for next year is going to open for applications in September, and we accept interns in our ROV engineering, video engineering and filmmaking, ocean science, seafloor mapping, and for students in the United States at the service academies, the U.S. Coast Guard Academy and the Naval Academy. We also have a navigation internship. We also will be accepting applications beginning in September into our Science Communication Fellowship. So if you are an educator of any type, classroom educator, university, informal educator like a museum interpreter, a writer, an artist, who's interested in helping share ocean stories through your education and to the audiences that you reach, please check out Nautilus Live and click on the Education tab to learn a little bit more. But consider putting in an application or sharing the opportunity with the great educators that you know. We always are looking to share these opportunities and get diverse educators who represent audiences who may be either familiar with ocean science and ready to dive deeper, or that this opportunity to learn about the ocean and the deep sea and the technology and engineering that makes exploration possible is something new. So you can sign up on our newsletter, which is on the Nautilus Live homepage, just to the right of the question feed, if you want to stay up to date when those applications open and to get all the details about ways to participate in our upcoming expedition season.
Yeah, this topography and stuff is really different. It's interesting.
Yeah, this little flat, huh? So all of this coral rubble we're anticipating is tumbled down from above, or maybe there was a large collection of corals here at some time. So these are coral skeletons. This is a gravy.
Sea star
Hold
there.
on.
Oh, cool.
I think there's some living too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a
Sure.
few
Some small
little.
stuff.
So that posture usually means they're eating something. They're like arched up over the top of it and have extruded their stomach. That's awesome.
Sea urchin off in the distance.
Oh, and a brittle star trucking it on the right. See that big brittle
Oh,
star?
yeah.
All right.
They can move so quickly. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Is that an Oreo?
Yes.
Height of yours in Atalanta, California, Texas, Cannon
Yeah,
Beach, Oregon, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Thanks for
Yeah.
being with us. So we think we're looking at old corals here. So what we're really doing
fish.
is, yeah, in the upper left. Really looking almost back in time here at coral colonies from a previous time. Passed away. Pretty cool. Different way to look at history. Nautilus is not planning to return to the Atlantic or the Caribbean, but we are developing a mobile system, a flyaway capability system with little Hercules and Argus 2, so that we can conduct missions all over the world by shipping the ROVs in a containerized system with a mobile control van, and then stage onto any vessel of opportunity. So that could be any flatboat, any boat that has, or any ship that has dynamic positioning. So we are planning some engineering test expeditions in the Gulf of Mexico or Caribbean. Boop. So definitely possible. You could be back.
Hit.
Oh,
Ow.
sorry. Little stony coral colony, crinoid up on top.
Can't hear you, Wayne.
Yeah, you're off. Nope, now you're muted. There you go.
How about now?
Yep.
Wow, loud and or clear.
We can actually spot Jarvis Island from the deck of the ship right now. So questions coming in about that on our way up to watch. You can see Jarvis there. Tim, you want to tell us a little about Jarvis Island?
Sure. Jarvis Island's small little island, about 4.5 square kilometers in size. And it's part of the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. It was actually created as a refuge back in 1974 and then put into the monument in 2009. Has a really interesting history. Was originally settled as a guano island, part of the Guano Act, where back in the 1800s, the U.S. was going around the Pacific claiming islands so they can mine the guano off of them, use it for fertilizer. So there was a group that was doing that, the Pacific Guano Company, I believe. And then later on, the island kind of wasn't used for a while, and then in the 1900s, gosh, forgetting dates, 1930s, there was a group of Hawaiian students from Kamehameha High School that went out to the island to kind of claim it for the United States. And they were on the island until 1942 during World War II, right after Pearl Harbor was bombed. There was a submarine came up and started shooting at them on the island. So in February 43, I believe, they were taken off the island finally.
He's shiny.
So right now it's pretty much a refuge. Not very many people go on. We occasionally put scientists on the island. It's still a very important seabird nesting site.
Can I take your bubble?
So we like to go out there and take a look at the seabirds whenever we can get out there, just to make sure things are okay. It's also, unfortunately, has lost a lot of its coral. It was one of the islands that was hit really hard during the 2015 global bleaching event and lost 98% of the shallow water corals. That's in the photic zone down to about 90 feet. So it was really hit hard by that El Nino event, and we're really worried that those corals might not come back.
The before and afters are absolutely insane. Just doesn't look like the same place.
No, not at all. And in the past, that kind of an impact you could sometimes recover from, but now with climate change, Jarvis is right along the equator, and oceanographically, we have a lot of upwelling, which probably helped the diversity, and it had a really diverse coral reef, really high abundance. So it's partly from the zooxanthellae providing nutrients, and then also nutrients from that upwelling along the equator would just give those corals a lot of food, help them survive. But being on the equator, it's also getting hit really heavily by El Nino events. Throughout its history, we've seen quite a few heavy El Ninos, but this one in 2015 had 48-degree heating weeks. So 1 degree heating week is basically corals can't survive 1 degree over their sort of average temperature. So raising it 1 degrees for 1 week results in coral mortality. So 48-degree heating weeks is quite a lot for a coral to have to survive. So this transect's really interesting. Since we lost those shallow water corals, we're really interested to know how far down that impact went. Sometimes we have deep water refugia where some species that are found in shallow waters also live in the deeper waters, and if those survive, then there might be some hope for the shallow water corals. We're only going to be able to get to 250 meters on this dive, so we're not going to quite see as shallow as we would like, but it still gives us a general idea of what if there was any deeper water impact here.
Look like there are a couple of bottle brush chrysogoria there
Want to
too.
give this guy's 15
I
minutes?
think so. We're
Thanks,
too
Jan.
far
That was
away.
great.
Okay.
You can zoom.
Okay.
Well, that's that other one that has the really triangular nose, almost armored one that we saw.
Yeah,
It
these are
is
so
a kind
cool.
of a rat tail. But
Mm-hmm.
can we also zoom in one of the corals just to
So
see if
great.
we're...
Sure.
Yeah.
That's,
One of the corals?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hello. A rare attack mode.
It's probably really nice. It just doesn't know that his face looks so intense.
Thank you very much. Nice find.
Nice zooms.
I like that fish.
That's 3 and then 4.
How you doing, Jake? Are you breathing in and out?
Differential tension is weird.
Couple of
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay, good. Nice fly-in.
Oh.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Starting up, Jake. Starting to come up a little bit.
Okay.
It's not too intense, but
It will get there.
more so.
Yeah, can we zoom in on that coral there, right next to the
I'll do my best.
I
lasers?
can zoom
it's-
in if you want.
there's one next to the dump.
Can
Yeah,
zoom in.
it's,
Ready?
Whenever. Yep.
it's not that one. It's one off to the left.
Oh,
Oh,
This one?
sorry.
Oh, the little fluff
Oh.
ball?
Yeah.
Aha.
See if that's the bottle brush still.
I think so.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure we have it. Okay.
We have that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Steve says it's a bottle brush chrysogoria.
Okay. Sweet.
So zoomed in is a really good time to use that bubble because you can kind of lose track if you're going forward or backwards. So it's a huge help for that kind of stuff.
It's another bottle brush.
So cool. I mean, there's so much biologic history right here with all this rubble. Steve, do you have any sense of, I mean, how many years of corals? Do we know an age range on these things? I know once these corals tip over that they die, so some question of how big they get before they tip over, but do you think we're looking at corals that grew 1,000 years ago? Are we looking at 10,000 years? Can we tell anything like that from looking at a rubble field like this? Wait to see what he writes in from the lounge.
Hey Miles, what's our bearing?
010.
010?
010.
Roger. Thank you.
What's,
What is the red thing?
what is that red thing? Yeah.
There's a
Starfish?
ruffy.
Looks
At
like
a
it.
weird
Oh, it looks
angle?
like a
Or a goose, orange goosefish.
Zoom in?
oh, they're
Yeah, if you can zoom in.
Orange goosefish? Oh yeah.
This is a
it's orange.
Chaunacops.
Oh.
Yeah,
A what?
Oh. No.
they're an anglerfish. Oh, maybe it's not.
Looks like a
Uh,
toadfish almost.
Yeah.
I think it's a little
Yeah.
white feeler at the
Frog.
bottom.
Oh,
Fish.
yeah, cool. Okay, I actually have the right page of the animal ID guide open.
Oh, right in, right in.
I'm
You're
trying.
okay,
loaf it.
I'm
I
trying.
will.
It's okay. There
Like
he
on the
is.
bottom.
He's heading off
Yeah,
the other way.
Chaunax.
Chaunax.
Steve's faster than I
Okay.
am. It's like he's getting a PhD in this or something. On the Rebel, he says it's difficult to say. It's a years to decades age range, but it depends on the slope too. If it's a really steeper slope, the old stuff doesn't accumulate as much, and the whiter that it is, the fresher that it is. Once it's laying down in the sediment for a while, it can be a hard substrate for things like hydrozoans to get on top of. Make a home. Thanks, Steve.
It just feels like he was lost. Like a kid. All on his own.
More like you set the stage for an elaborate predation event, and we're ruining it by driving by and exposing it.
And then there was a rock.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the geologist rejoiced.
So cool. It almost looks like a paved, kind of a stepping stones here.
What's that right in front of us there? That's that a coral just below the laser stuff?
You're very
your
quiet.
mic moved away from your mouth or muted or something.
What is this showing me?
That's a focus assist.
Oh,
I
okay.
can show you. I mean, you can't tell so much when it's. This is the whole full focus range in and out.
Right,
I mean, you
because
can't
so
tell.
is, yeah.
But if permission to zoom.
Yeah, you can zoom.
Okay, if I zoom in, right, then you can see it.
Oh, yeah,
in,
okay.
In and out of focus.
Interesting. That's cool.
So it tells me when I got it right. Coming wide.
That's good help.
It
So we're getting into
should
the
be.
rocky or cliffier area. You still good to continue?
If you're good with it.
I'm good with it, yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
This one shouldn't be too bad.
But it probably will be steady, so.
There's a shadow to the right.
A lot of sea stars.
If you find you're not coming
Oh,
up
it's-
fast
it's
enough,
just
you
an
can
Oreo.
do more joy gain and zero your bias or whatever. So those are two things to increase your upward jam.
You guys remember when we first saw an Oreo fish, how excited we were?
I am still so excited.
Now we're just like, it's just an Oreo. It's just not
What
fair.
is this?
Jaded.
Should I zoom?
I was really hoping we might see one last
Yeah, you
night.
can zoom.
Oh, look, an Oreo fish.
And a crinoid.
Wow.
Oh my
And a
gosh.
crinoid.
Oh my God,
That's an amazing Oreo fish.
So cute.
Going full umbrella. Look at its eye.
They
Is
are
it-
still cute, for sure.
Is its eye like an Oreo cookie? Is that how they get their name?
Well,
Well,
Megan.
Look at those little
False.
nasal openings. Oh, and a little spine.
And a
Okay, coming
super
wide.
cool,
Thank you.
like breaking wave lateral line with a big arch.
Little sponge.
Sponge is like, I don't have a
Ooh,
lateral
an Oreo
line.
fish.
Oh,
Look at its eye.
Does it like to eat Oreos?
Who
how
doesn't
it
like
got
to
its
eat
name?
Oreos?
Yeah. Miles, can you measure the nav distance waypoint to waypoint?
Yeah.
I mean, assuming waypoint to waypoint navigation.
Yeah, which waypoints you want to know?
The entire total remaining.
Roger. Give me a minute. I could give you sea crow distance to the last, or you want a long track.
Yes, please.
It's an interesting starfish.
It's a very gangly starfish.
Yeah. Leggy.
I got a biology question.
Shoot.
Does fish actually correspond with some thing, like an order or something? Or is it just a common term for various flavors of things?
Like,
They have an order, of course.
yeah.
It correlates to a specific thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, fish have gills. So sharks are fish, but then you have like bony fin fish. So you have different groups of fish.
Different groups of fish. So
Yeah.
just saying something's a fish does not refer
What
to a
is
specific
that?
like
I don't
phylum
know.
or
You can zoom if you want.
It is.
whatever.
It is.
Yes.
It is?
It's Actinopterygii.
Actinopterygii.
Yeah, I don't know how you spell
Okay.
pronounce
Um,
it.
And that anything within that family is a fish? Anything outside of that
Yes.
family is not a fish?
Yes,
Cool.
but inside of that group, you have bony fish and what do you call
Chondrichthyes.
Chondrichthyes.
yeah, chondrichthyes.
Okay. So sea stars are
So
not in that?
sharks,
Correct.
no. So sharks and bony fish, sharks and rays and bony fish.
Thank you.
It's
That was,
kind of bizarre that we talk about vertebrates and invertebrates. It's very vertebrate-centric of us because vertebrates are just one group. We could
Yeah,
we
I
could
saw
have
that.
echinoderms and echinoderms. Like that would be an equally valid way to like describe
Yeah.
groups.
Jake, can you see the purple stuff there? If you see
Oh.
some of it, possibly get a look at it and maybe even take a slurp.
Rob, we have about 1,200 meters left.
About 1,200 meters to go
Correct.
Right.
To waypoint 10.
to waypoint
I
10.
think there's some
here.
purple up
Yeah.
there at 11 o'clock.
So you might want to be a little more out in front before we stop for a slurp.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe zip ahead now, and then when we find a purple one, you can either hover or you can kind of slowly tow in and land, and then I'll slurp it.
I think we might run out of this.
Never 1,200
Feel.
meters.
Still seeing the purple in abundance.
I can't see purple.
It's there.
Suna, do you have a slurp jar preference? I'm going to get all set up.
Anything but 1 and 2,
Anything but 1 and 2.
and flash, of course.
What?
I mean,
How about 3?
3 sounds fine.
Someone slurped a shrimp.
I know.
Oh, that's great. Those are hard to get.
Any purple?
I'm not seeing it anymore.
Yeah.
I could do a quick zoom.
Was there one
and
off the
scan.
left? Is that, or
Yeah,
is
you
that
can zoom.
That's a sponge
the
or
a basket
basket.
or a bottle brush?
Yeah. Let me do a quick zoom and just see what we're looking at. You ready?
Yep. Ready.
Okay. No, shrimps and brittle stars, and not much by way of purple.
Crab.
Wait, there might be some. Right at 6 o'clock, right under you. If you go straight down. You see it?
Something on the left.
Purple.
Just just to the left of the lasers, or to the port. If you turn to port, and right now straight down. Let me give it a
Okay, I
bit.
see it down now there.
Oh, that's not coral.
Oh,
It's an
Yeah.
urchin.
It is like a little.
It's an urchin.
Little pink
mini
urchin. Yeah.
Sorry. Color confused me.
So the Trevor, you want to explain what the slurp sampler is? What the slurp jar is?
Why don't we show someone?
Why don't we?
Because we can't right now.
Because yeah, I was like, I don't want to distract Jake.
Imagine a vacuum cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Imagine a carousel and a vacuum
Oh yeah,
cleaner.
imagine
Make
a
a note
merry-go-round.
to archive that talk up.
Yeah.
More like a wet back.
That's a 5-star highlight there.
Yeah, it's 5-star.
Imagine, so if
Killer audio.
vacuum cleaner, instead of a filter that you clean every now and then, it's got 8 filters, and then we have a way to select between those filters. So if we want to select filter 1, then we slurp something into that jug.
Ooh, manta ray.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Stingray.
Cool.
Don't let it intimidate you, Jake.
Look at that stinger on the
Maintain
tail.
eye contact. Yeah, you can really see the barb.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
So that's also fish, Trev.
Huh.
But it belongs to the family of the sharks.
It's
Yeah, they're cartilaginous.
close enough we could grab it with the arm if we wanted.
Oh, that's a little
We do not
stingray.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, great view of the barb. Oh,
Good shot on Argus too.
How do you know its name?
It's a girl.
yeah.
Wow.
Barb?
Barb.
Bye.
Hi, Barb.
That was gorgeous.
Wow.
Awesome.
It could be Barba Ray, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Rhubarb. So cool.
Look at the yellow one on top, the sea star there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty.
That was awesome. Surprise. I do not have that page of the Animal IT Guide open.
Is that sponge?
Yeah, look at those funky
Colony.
sponges.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in.
You can zoom. What are we looking at?
Just no, nothing. Everything out.
Plesiobatis
All right, watch your cliff there.
Davies eye.
Cliff's coming up on Argus sonar
Maybe.
too, so we're gonna need to start coming up in a hurry.
Okay. There's the purple again.
This will
Yeah,
be
what's
a shorter cliff, and
Yeah,
then
what's
there'll
that
be
purple
another
stuff?
plateau. Or ledge.
We'll never know.
Ever.
Never ever?
Wow.
You can see the class of carbonate in this rock. No, those are sponges or something on there.
What was that? The class
No,
of
I thought there were
carbonate?
classes there, but they're actually just sponges attached.
Okay.
I thought they were sticking out.
What would a class be? Like
Just
kind of like a barb?
No, it'd be like a chunk of rock
Hmm.
that you can actually see. A big crab to the right.
Crab.
Wow. That's cool. Plesiobatis. Plesiobatis is their A, I think.
Ooh, an Oreo fish.
Look at its eye. Oh my god. They're so cool.
That's another ray.
That's the weirdest looking ray I've ever seen. How old do we think the stingray was? I don't know. Good question. I have no idea. Steve, anybody? Do we have any scale of growth rate on Plesiobatus stingrays? Or total max size? I love these questions coming in from you viewers. I just don't know that we have that knowledge here on board. Any scientists ashore, feel free to contribute. I'd love to know those the answers to those questions.
So what is a fish? Want to go back to that question?
Sure.
So I think we kind of gave a okay definition, but we have different groups of fish. We have the jawless fish, like the
Is
lampreys
that purple right there, Wayne?
and the hagfish. Those are
Well
the
spotted.
superclass Agnatha.
Oh, I see it there.
We
Yeah,
also
that
have the jawed fish.
Now would be a good time to sample it.
That'd be great. Let's try it.
Okay, you
Within
want to tow
those-
in there, and then I'll get this guy going.
You want me to zoom in and identify it quick?
Alright.
And then I'll pull wide quick.
I'm getting.
We'll pause on the fish thing and come back.
Okay, coming wide. Full wide.
So I find it helpful to tip down on the camera just a little bit. Give that third joystick just a bump down. You can actually see your porch coming into the land.
Was that a coral? Are you looking at a
Yeah,
coral?
we're not sure yet. But we could slurp it anyway, if it's slurpable.
You want me to zoom in for ID?
So come on a little
Yes,
closer and
please.
kind of put it more to the right side, because I might not be able to reach over there.
We'll let him position first, then I'll zoom.
Roger.
Yeah, no zooming yet. And try to square the porch up to the slope.
Oh wait.
So you're gonna want your heading to come more to starboard, and then slide to port.
Got it.
Miles might want to step back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a good heading.
Steve says it's
If you can line it up right in the center of the porch, you'd be set. A little more to the left.
Trevor, Steve says if it's easier to grab rubble, we can do that too. He has no preference.
Roger.
And
That's good there. So now push down down on your thrusters a little bit, like force it down a bit. And then now hit this far right top button. Great. And then I usually do auto heading in the middle of those ones.
Great nights is swimming all over.
Cool. Okay. Can you give me, I gotta do this. You're probably good.
You ready for?
Yeah, let's zoom in, please. So Steve says I can grab it or slurp it, depending on what's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be shattery rubble, though.
Zoom in a little more, please.
I think.
slurp will be the thing to do. Come
So
full
slurp
wide,
purple
full,
mushroom
full.
corals or
Is
something.
that, yeah, it looks like mushroom corals.
It's a stoloniferan, stoloniferan, and it's connected by only
zoom in
fleshy
again,
ribbons
please.
of tissue. It doesn't have its
Good
own
there.
skeleton.
Come out a little bit.
Is that enough?
Stoloniferan.
A
That's how
little
you say
more out.
that.
Good there.
Stoloniferan, yeah.
Okay, I think I'm good for slurp. You can go ahead on, I'm on the right jar, I'm on jar 3. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, Wayne, zoom in a little bit more.
Zoom in here.
It's really on there.
Okay, come out a little bit. Actually, come full out.
Full out.
Oh, it fell off.
No, yeah.
Okay, come in again. Just keep that in frame.
Yeah.